Jordan Courtney Perkins with the throw. He started all 3 games at AFC Under-23 Asian Cup, which was so disappointing for the Olyroos. Jonathan Barrero just making a pretty strong point to Mustafa Ramini that he'll make the decisions.
Yeah, I think he's just giving Mustafa Ramini an early game antacid tablet.
Katrumbis has given Sydney this set piece, which was driven in and headed in for the opening goal by Jordan Courtney Perkins. Some return off the head of Benny, but steadied down for Sydney by Bratton. Now with Grant and Lolly. Lolly looking to go himself. Not too far away.
Yeah, I think after 2 seasons in the league, I think A-League defenders individually.
Glory through the press quite nicely, and Kolakovsky in behind, ahead of Hayden Matthews, chance for the equaliser, and Andrew Redmayne stands strong between the posts, still there for Taggart. Did it glance off the hand of Ryan Grant? It looked as though the arm was pretty close to the body, and Jonathan Barrero not interested in the penalty shout. A little scare for Sydney FC. It was a good break. Glory have had a couple of attempts of their own. One for Kolakovsky in particular was a decent one. Lolly just showing too much of it to Rawlins, but he's got it back. Joe Lolly. Wide it goes, which gives us a chance to say good afternoon to Tristan McManus on the sideline. Welcome back from the jungle, Tristan.
Oh, thanks, guys. What a game to be back for. Great start from Sydney already. Stats don't really tell the story of most games, but they certainly do today.
There's Davey Williams on the bench for Glory today. He escapes most people's memory these days, but he played for Sydney briefly as well. Here's Taggart pouncing on that error in the Sydney FC defence, but not quite able to test Redmayne.
Well, pretty uncomplicated.
Tough choice.
Beautiful. What they did for their football teams, just beautiful. Close on the heels of the groundbreaking Thomas Broish.
Here's Rawlins. It's a really good delivery by Josh Rawlins. And it's sort of gone betwixt and between Kolakovsky and Taggart and 1 or 2 others.
Again, great promise for Perth. Rawlins back from his first overseas sojourn and maybe with his wings clipped a little bit.
Touched by Caceres. Kucharski, good save. The follow-up for Lolly Shawley. Turns it in. Sydney have their 2-goal cushion. And those heroics from Ollie Sale meant nothing in the end. Appeals for handball.
This has been stopped at this point.
Here we go. It's Giordano Colli. Does the ball strike the hand? It looks as though it has done. And it's away from the body. I reckon Perth are in trouble here.
I hate this. I really.
Penalty.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so harsh. It is so harsh. It's not the first player. They're not the first team to fall.
He doesn't score many. 11 in 274 games. Make that 12. It's only his 2nd ever goal for Sydney FC. Finds Rawlins well. They work this nicely. Carluccio. Can they find the angle for a shot? They can, you know. It's a brilliant finish from you-know-who.
As good as any in the bottom 4 of the 6 as it's currently constructed.
Here's Joe Lolly looking to make it 4. Sale holds them up momentarily, but only that. And Robert Mack gets in on the scoring act in front of the Cove.
Has been seemingly protected from yellow card trouble.
Here's Mack, Sale's come out a long way, Mack around the keeper! Goal number 50 of the season for Sydney FC. And Robert Mack has a double to celebrate that 50th game in the competition for the Sky Blues. And Perth. Whilst you're watching those celebrations, Perth have made another change. Kwa Ngo, the young winger of Vietnamese heritage, is on in place of Jacob Muir. Here's Joel King. Oh, that's a really good save by Ollie Sale. Otherwise, we would have had 7 this afternoon.
Yeah, and it would have been a magnificent 7. Joel King just off the bench. Socceroo left back.
Ryan Grant. Caceres. Open pasture here on the left. Joel King. 6 of the best for Sydney FC. And Joel King's second A-League goal this season. And Ollie Sale. Here's the good news for Glory. We're into stoppage time. Lolly. Oh, it's crept in. Nothing Ollie Sale could do about that one. And Sydney are in 7th heaven. They've equalled their biggest ever margin of victory. And Joe Lolly has a double.